Welcome to OCR News Weekly. Spartan Race announces Global Championship Series. Ninja All-Stars airs on NBC. Lunging for a cause at Warrior Dash, and your race results from around the globe. It's Thursday, February 23rd, 2017. I'm Margaret Schlachter, and this is OCR News Weekly, brought to you by Mud Run Guide. This week's episode is brought to you by Warrior Dash. Use code 5MRGWD2 for $5 off your Warrior Dash registration. Find a Warrior Dash near you on mudrunguide.com. Our top story this week comes from Spartan Race. On Friday, Spartan Race announced a new Global Championship Series. This new Global Championship Series builds on the popular U.S. Championship Series. Spartan Race will feature Championship Series in Canada, Asia Pacific, Central Europe Sprint Series, Central Europe Super Series, European Championships, and of course continuing the U.S. Championship Series and new U.S. Age Group Championship Series, which will take place in West Virginia later this year. The Global Championships finale will be the World Championships, once again hosted in Lake Tahoe, California. For a full list of the championship races, see the article attached to this episode in our show notes. Our next story this week comes from American Ninja Warrior. American Ninja Warrior All-Stars took the stage on Monday, showcasing the best that the American Ninja Warrior show has to offer. As reported in American Ninja Warrior Nation, American Ninja Warrior kicked off the All-Star Special with an incredibly exciting team challenge. This season, hosts got to select a team of Ninja Warriors, creating Team Christine, Team Matt, and Team Akbar. In the end, after several rounds, it was Team Christine, consisting of Jesse Graff, Flip Rodriguez, and Thomas Coolidge, who would take the title of the Team Challenge Championships. Jesse, Nicholas, and Flip took a little celebratory swim to cool down and were in there showing off their skills after winning the team competition. For the full play-by-play of the episode, check out the link to American Ninja Warrior Nation in the show notes for this episode. Our next story comes from Warrior Dash, and we ask the question, what would you lunge for? Recently, Joshua Andrews attended the first Warrior Dash event of the year that kicked off in Florida. But instead of running the event like most participants, Andrews, a member of Team Black Sheep, wanted to do something extra for the Tampa-based charity Special Operations Warrior Foundation, a charity which his team supports. Andrews came up with an idea. He would lunge the entire 5K course and in the process raise money and awareness for the cause, which helped pay for the education of children of special operations personnel. According to Joshua's account of the race, he said, I began the walking lunge journey at 8 a.m. and crossed the finish line 7 hours and 23 minutes later after covering 3.3 miles, totaling well over 5,000 lunges. My wife stayed with me, taking some photos and video updates on Instagram. He says along the way, a lot of people got engaged with the challenge and asked what he was doing and if he was doing it for the entire race and why. He answered their questions about the charity, gave thanks for the support. Some gave their service branch battle cry as they passed him, gave high fives, fist pumps, and some even did some lunges with him. If you want to learn more or hear more about this story, check out our link in on the show notes, and you can read more of Andrew's account of lunging a full 5K obstacle race. We move on now to race results from around the globe. The first race that we're highlighting this week is from the Green Beret Challenge. Green Beret Challenge headed to YO Ranch headquarters over the weekend in Texas for their first event of 2017. The event was a qualifier for both the OCR World Championships and US OCR Championships. The top results in the men's race, coming in first, was Robert Killian Jr., second, Ian Minnis, and third, Preston Mitchell. Looking at the top women, winning the race was Lauren Woodcock, Christina Armstrong came in second, and Brenna Culvert came in third. Moving now over to Europe, we're going to look at the arena run that was just happened in Sweden. Ryan Atkins and Lindsay Webster made a trip across the pond to defend their titles in this unique obstacle race. The arena race is unlike many other obstacle races, as the whole event is held inside an arena on a fast-paced short course. Looking at the top results, winning the race once again was Ryan Atkins, second place was Thomas Mikkelsen, and third place was Kimmy Wignell. Moving over to the women's race, in first place you had Yuri Bolin, second place Lindsay Webster, and third place Fanny Schlotstedt. Those are your top results from this past weekend in the obstacle racing world. Looking forward to next weekend, some of the races highlighted are Spartan Race is headed to Arizona, Bigfoot Challenge will be in the UK, Terrain Race heads to Houston, Bone Frog kicks off their season in Florida, Desafío de Guerreros is in Colombia, and there's Ultimate Ninja competitions in Minnesota, Missouri, and Vermont. To check out the full listings of all the events taking place over the weekend, head over to mudrunguide.com. Those are your headlines this week and results from around the obstacle racing world. If you liked what you heard, subscribe to this show today and never miss an episode featuring the top stories from around the globe in the obstacle racing community. Also, if you like us, consider leaving a review on iTunes, Stitcher, or whatever your favorite podcast player might be. OCR News Weekly is a production of Mud Run Guide, and I'm your host, Margaret Schlechter, signing off for the week.